The Latin American Story Finder excerpt. Everything is possible when you step into the magically real world of Latin American folklore. A buzzard can change places with a wife's lazy husband. A hunter may hurl lightning bolts and thunder down on the tribesmen who cheated him of his share of the meat. A shape shifting pink dolphin from the Amazon may seduce a young woman to his underwater city. And the lizard a padre scoops off a dusty road may become an emerald when he hands it to a poor peasant who needs to buy medicine for his wife. Here, a lone man after a cataclysmic flood sees his black dog slip out of its skin and become a young woman who cooks tortillas and will become his companion in the new world. The folk tales deal with timeless key human questions, and there are human truth in the magic they contain. What is in the tales? Especially present in the Latin American tales are stories of how things came to be and why they are what they are. A buzzard carefully rebuilds a jaguar queen's eyesight with resin after she loses her own eyes, which she has sent flying out over the lake on a lark. This resin accounts for the gleam found in all big cats' eyes. Even the tales that do not center on a particular plant or animal or celestial body will end, and that's why. We learn where corn and parrots came from, why the moon didn't marry the sun, how curious humans climbed down a rope from a hole in the sky to reach Earth, and how laughter originated when bat people tickled a Kayopo man. There is both earthiness and fantasy in many of the tales. A dog which the Quechua courier hits with a stone next appears as a beguiling young woman whose hip is sore. A Waro man resists being herded with the others from his tribe who are docilely being transformed into peccaries day by day, complete with bristles and multiple teats. A Maya husband ends up with two heads for a while he salts the neck of his witch wife's headless body so her head cannot reattach. The folk tales share an interest in teaching values and taboos, the religious and social mores of their culture. A mosquito husband discovers that the living belong with the living when he accompanies his beloved wife who has just died to Mother Scorpion country. Punishment meted out for shirking work, for being disrespectful to a parent, for cutting down too many trees or hunting more animals than are needed for food, for not being generous, and for being boastful, vain, or greedy. A toad who disparages the smell of the buzzard who has kindly given him a ride through the air gets dumped off in one Maya tale. A magic canoe which thunks on feet in a story by the Kaimarua people of Brazil swallows the fisherman who does not give it his first catch of fish. The outsider Asin in a tale by the Palaga people of Bolivia sets a deep freeze over the land where people have ridiculed him for being different. The ancestors are all around us, reads the title of one story from the Ona people, who even now blow a kiss to the spirits when they leave the house or go on a journey. Humans who do not show gratitude and respect to the gods or spirits in nature suffer. It took 5 tries for the Aztec god to create humans who did not neglect them. The folk tales also teach resilience in the face of economic, political, and social hardship. They bring solace through humor. Indigenous people may struggle to earn a living compared with the Spanish colonials, but Little Rabbit and the Trickster tales will outsmart the larger and more powerful coyote, who is after him every time. Mischievous exploits where Pedro de Erdemales makes fools of gullible owners and fancy horsemen are celebrated in Chile, Argentina, Mexico, Brazil, and Guatemala. New realities transformed old stories on both sides when Christian belief in a single God met indigenous belief in many gods, who may be the dueños or owners of hills, lakes, and other places in the natural world, which are also home to souls and spirits. The beloved Mexican Virgin of Guadalupe is described as having beautiful dark skin and long black hair. The Brazilian one-eyed monster, Mapinguri, tears apart the hunter who insists on hunting even on a Sunday. The Virgin Mary replaced the fairy godmother in a Mexican Cinderella tale, where young Maria goes looking for the fish which made off with entrails her mean stepmother sent her to wash, and ends up calming a crying baby Jesus. A cat and dog in an African American slave tale from Guadalupe go to ask God whether life goes on after death. As Juan Carlos Galeano writes, Amazonian realities are still a present and active part of the lives of non indigenous who now represent the majority of the population in most cities throughout the region.